and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I have not really had time to plan content, unfortunately. I've been so busy with my freaking study, moving house. Obviously, we're in our new little crib now. We're about to renovate our house and we're planning a wedding. So just a lot going on. So I thought I'd sit down today and just film a little life update and what is going on in my world. Let me go get my phone. All right, so today is Tuesday, the 6th of August. Now, I have been non-stop. I didn't post a YouTube video the other week because I was just so busy. I'm coming to the end of my sports nutrition study, so there's just a lot of assessments to do, and I think I've got 2 left. I'm currently almost finished my second last assessment, but there's just a lot of work that goes into it. So the first couple of assessments were okay. I was on top of them. I was submitting them early, but last week I submitted it right on time because it was just hectic and my brain is not great with numbers and calculations and all of that sort of stuff. So it really stressed me the fuck out. So I got through it though. So it's all good. I submitted it. I did it. It's all G, but I've got 2 to go and it's just a little bit more challenging than it has been in the past. But not to worry, this is the last month of doing that, so that is okay. I'm really putting all my energy and my focus into my study this month, so my content is running a little bit dry, hence me trying to sit down and put together something for tomorrow. But anyway, so for those who don't know, a couple of weeks ago we moved house. Now I am still trying to set up like my new little routine, get into a new little schedule and stuff. So a YouTube video that will be coming up very, very soon is I want to film like a new routine or sorting out your routine, how to get organized type of thing, because that is really up my alley. And this is the first time that I've really been tested in like a new environment. So I guess my video is going to be all about like how to get set up into a new routine in a new environment, or different little ways to do things and getting organized. So stay tuned for that in the coming weeks. But yeah, for those who don't know, we are renovating our house. So we have moved in with Natsu's parents while we are doing that. So thank you to them for letting us stay with them while we are doing that. So we are also still planning our wedding as well. So as much stuff as I have booked in and got done, like all the big rocks out of the way, there still is little bits and pieces still yet to book and do. I am still yet to book a hairstylist. I did have a trial over the weekend when I went to a friend's wedding, which was really, really good. I did like my hair. However, I am still open to trying somebody else. So really just like doing little bits and pieces. We've got to order our wedding bands, which we both have picked our wedding bands. We just need to order them. We are sitting down on Friday and going to do a little Chinese takeaway night because we haven't done that for a very long time. And we're going to go through and book our honeymoon as well. Thinking of going to Fiji, but if you have any suggestions on where we should go on our honeymoon, we just want to relax, chill, sit in the sun, drink a cocktail, Fiji is looking like the place to go. Yeah, overall just doing like little bits and pieces for the wedding now. So it's all about just like, you know, jewelry, shoes. I've got the bridesmaids dresses. My dress is coming in stock in November, but I will still need to get alterations and things like that as well. But yeah, honestly, just like little bits and pieces now. It's not really too stressful. I guess the most stressful part is going to be when everyone's contacting us like a couple weeks out being like, you need to pay this, you need to pay that, you need to pay this, have you paid this yet? Fuck. Yeah, honestly, I'm such an organized queen anyways that I'm not really stressed about it. Even like finding a new routine, as much as I was like stressed just moving into like a new space and a new location, like routine and structure is just me in a nutshell. So with that being said, if you are looking for an online coach, then something that I'm very, very big on around my business is helping you set up for success. So this looks like structuring your routine, looking at what your day looks like, looking at where you can improve, time blocking stuff, and everything in between. So if you are looking for a coach, or you know someone who is looking for a coach and you do need a bit of structure in your life and your day-to-day, and you want to get results, you want to learn about nutrition, you want to learn about training, let me know. I've got my coaching application in the description down below if you do want to check it out. Otherwise, DM me on Instagram and I'll be happy to set up a little coaching call for you. So we're about 3.5 months post-show now, and honestly, the time has gone by so freaking quick. But yeah, we're 3.5 months post-show, and I feel the most uncomfortable in my body that I have ever felt. However, I have never been like so happy with like energy, with my sleep. This is a bit of a, I don't want to say this is a touchy subject, but like this is the most uncomfortable I've ever felt in my body. It's the heaviest that I have ever been in my life, but I've actually noticed that I am like the most healthy that I have ever been. Like my energy levels are through the roof. My nutrition, like fueling my body, has been awesome, and I'll touch a little bit more on nutrition in a minute. But even my sleep has never been better. Like when I was a bit younger, I used to like pretty much go out like every weekend and drink nonstop, get home at like 3 a.m, sometimes 5 a.m, like wild. But ever since I like stopped drinking, I'm actually able to sleep properly and not have heaps of anxiety and stuff. And maybe that can be a whole different YouTube video. My sleep has never ever been better. Maybe this can be like a whole different video, but I used to get sleep paralysis all the time. I even had like sleep tests and things like that. Like I used to be so anxious and have so much anxiety, and I used to not really be able to sleep, and I'd have sleep paralysis like every single night. But that's a whole different story and a whole different topic for a different day. But ever since I stopped going out and I don't drink anymore, my anxiety levels have decreased dramatically, and my sleep has never been better. Like seriously, never been better. I've always been quite naturally lean, and like when I say that I'm uncomfortable in my body, it's because I've never seen myself like with this much body fat. Like even pre-comp and stuff like that, I was probably sitting around like 48 kilos, and I'm now 53 kilos. Like that is still not a lot, but for me, like I have never seen myself this big, and I've always been very lean. But honestly, like the way that I feel right now in terms of like my health and my health markers and stuff, like it's actually insane. So at the moment, I'm just trying to navigate, like I know I feel good, but now I need to feel comfortable with the way that I look so I can feel even better, if that makes sense. It's very hard to explain. Like I don't like the way that I look, but I really like the way that I feel. So just trying to find that balance and meet in the middle and be happy overall is something that I'm still working on. Me sitting here editing this, one thing that I forgot to add to this is with my health markers being so much higher than what they were during prep, Natso's noticed that I haven't laughed so hard in so long. And he said that it's really, really nice to see me like happy and laughing and smiling so much. Like, sure, like it's not like I turned like complete zombie and complete like didn't know how to laugh anymore, but like when you actually genuinely laugh like so hard that your stomach hurts and like you're just like tears to your eyes, that sort of laughter is what I'm talking about. All right, so now touching on nutrition. So I am not really tracking my food at all because quite frankly, I just don't want to. And I've stopped weighing myself as much as well because I'm just really trying to find that balance of being happy with the way that I look, and I don't need to think, holy shit, I am the heaviest that I've ever been and I look disgusting. So I'm not really weighing myself every day anymore, especially like going into a new phase, like really trying to optimize my health. I don't need to be focusing on my weight. I'm not really tracking because I just don't want to. Like my brain has been fixated on opening my MyFitnessPal so often. Like I literally check MyFitnessPal like I check my Instagram and my emails. Like I just do not want to keep that habit. I do not want to be clicking on MyFitnessPal every single day being like, oh my gosh, what am I eating today? Oh my God, how many grams of this can I have? Like over the weekend when I meal prepped, I did weigh all my veggies and made sure that my portions were okay, and they were totally fine. But even yesterday and the day before when I was filming a few Instagram reels, like some food reels, I did weigh everything because I wanted to make sure that the calories and the macros were right so I can post it on my Instagram and be like, this is how much food I had. So I did do that. But you know what? There was actually a few portions that I had overestimated. And then when I was cutting up pumpkin or when I was scooping out some sour cream, I was like, I do not even need that much. Like that is too much. So even sometimes when I'm eyeballing stuff at the moment and not being fixated on, I can have 300 grams of pumpkin and I only cut up 200 grams of pumpkin, I'm not like, oh my God, I need to cut up another 100 grams so I can actually eat more. Like, I don't know. It's very hard to explain again, but like it makes sense in my brain, and just knowing that like I don't actually have to eat 300 grams and I've only cut up 200 grams. Like it's actually really calming when I do weigh my food and I've eyeballed it and it's a little bit less and I'm like, oh my God, okay, I actually didn't need the amount that I had planned Does that make sense? I fucking hope that makes sense because I'm just rambling right now. Bottom line is I do not want to have to rely on MyFitnessPal for the rest of my life. Over the weekend when I was setting up my week, I did put one day in MyFitnessPal and I was like, okay, this is what I'm having for breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, etc. And when I entered it and when I've got my macros, I just put in everything that I wanted to eat in that day. So for example, I put like, I wake up, I have my English muffin and my hot chocolate. Then when I get to work, I have my breakfast. Then I have my apple. Then I'll have this for lunch, this for dinner, and this as a snack, and this before I go to bed. When I entered everything that I wanted to eat without even thinking like, I need to have this much protein, I need to have this many carbs, and I need to have this amount of fat, I just entered everything that I wanted to eat that day, and then I looked at the macros and my carbs were significantly under the amount that I should be eating currently. And this is okay because my fats were a little bit higher. And when you're in an off season or when you're just like a lifestyle client, like you can afford to balance out those numbers depending on if you prefer fats over carbs. You need to still make sure that you're having a good amount of those nutritious calories, but you don't need to be 110% if you're not like in a competition prep or something like that. Like, so for example, even though my calories say currently maybe I should be eating 2,500 calories, when I entered all of that stuff into MyFitnessPal, it didn't even equal that amount. So it's like, I'm trying just not to be so food focused and being like, I need to have more carbs, I need to have this, I need to have this. Like, I'm really trying to step away from that and just like break the habit of being so food focused and so fixated on food all the time, because sometimes I'll go to bed thinking about food, thinking about what I'm gonna have the next day. Like, fuck, it's so hard. Even when I go out, like I don't feel bad for eating food and I don't have a problem with food. Like, I can control myself. And I think, unpopular opinion, I think a lot of people say that they have disordered eating behaviors, but in my personal opinion or my personal experience, like I don't have an eating disorder. I've never had an eating disorder, but when you are coming out of a competition, like you are more focused on food, and it just doesn't necessarily mean that you have a disorder. Like it's just heightened food, you know, focus, if that makes sense. Yeah, very touchy subject, but I hope that that makes sense and I hope that I explained that the right way because it sounds right in my brain. I do not know how a life update got me talking about all of that sort of stuff and giving a lecture and my thoughts and opinions, but anyway, I guess that's my life update at the moment. I don't really know what else to say, but thank you so much for watching, guys. I am quite busy over the next couple of weeks, but I do really want to make sure that I'm still posting content because I do love filming content. And the last couple of days that I have filmed some stuff, I actually feel so much better. Like when I wasn't filming, when I was busy, I just was even more stressed because I wasn't filming anything. And filming for me is like, I love it. Like it's fun for me. It's not a chore for me, like to film. I really like filming and editing content, but I literally just have not had the time and it hasn't been a top priority because of course I need to get my studies done first. But when I do film, and I've noticed over the last few days, it really makes me feel good. So I will make sure that I smash out some study so I can keep filming and editing and posting. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you did enjoy the video. If you did, a lot of you aren't subscribed that are watching my channel, so please hit the subscribe button down below, like the video if you did enjoy it, and don't forget to be bright, be bold, be you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!